Everyone, welcome back to our channel. We will discuss about the endotracheal tube part 2 all questions. What is the primary purpose of a stylet during intubation? Option A, to inflate the cuff. Option B, to guide the tube shape. Option C, lubricate the tube. Option D, to measure insertion depth. The answer will be option B, to guide the tube shape. A style provides rigidity and shape, making insertion easier. Next question. Which of these increases the risk of ventilator associated pneumonia? Option A, closed suction system. Option B, frequent hand hygiene. Option C, supine position. Option D, cuff pressure. 20 to 30 cm H2O. The answer will be option C, supine position. The option C will be the correct answer, supine position. Next, supine position increase aspiration risk, semi-fowler reduces it. Next question. A nurse should lubricate which part of the ET tube before intubation? Option A, cuff only. Option B, tube tip only. Option C, entire tube. Option D, stylet and tube tip. Option B is the correct answer, tube tip only. Option B is the correct answer. Lubricating the tip cases insertion and prevents trauma. Next question. Which is the best method to assess ET tube depth placement? Option A, counting ribs. Option B, chest X-ray. Option C, visual inspection only. Option D, end-tidal volume. The answer will be option B, chest X-ray. Chest X-ray shows the tip location ideally 2 to 3 cm above the cornea. Next question. In which situation is nasotracheal intubation is preferred? Option A, severe facial trauma. Option B, cervical supine injury. Option C, apnea patient. Option D, unconscious patient. The answer will be option B, cervical spine injury. Option B is the correct answer. Nasal route avoids neck hyperextension. Next question. When should the cuff pressure of an ET tube be checked? Option A, once daily. Option B, only before insertion. Option C, every shift. Option D, never if airtight. Option C is the correct answer. Every shift we have to check, regularly check, prevent under or over inflammation. Next question. Which is a common sign of partial airway obstruction in an intubated patient? Option A, rhonchi on auscultation. Option B, high PEP. Option C, hypotension. Option D, dry mucous membrane. Option A will be the correct answer, rhonchi on auscultation. Rhonchi indicates secretion or tube kinking. Next question. Which position is recommended for oral care in an intubated patient? Option A, supine position. Option B, semi-fowler position. Option C, pond position. Option D, lithotomy position. Option B will be the correct answer, B, semi-fowler position. because elevation reduces aspirations risks during oral care. Next, a calf leak test is done to inflate the pilot balloon. Option B, prevent accidental extubation. Option C, predict post extubation stridor. Option D, check tube length. The answer will be option C, predict post extubation stridor. Rational, ensures airway patency when calf is deflated. Next question, which sign is of tracheal stenosis from prolonged ET tube intubation? Option A, bradycardia. Option B, hypercapnia. Option C, stridor after extubation. Option D, hoarseness before extubation. The answer will be option C, stridor after extubation. Option C, stridor after extubation. Option C is the correct answer. Next, because scar tissues narrows airway causing stridor. Next question, which tube size recommended for an adult male? Option A, 6 to 7 mm of ID. Option B, 7 to 8 mm of ID. Option C, 8 to 9 mm of ID. Option D, 9 to 10 mm of ID. The answer will be option C, 8 to 9 mm of ID. Larger airway needs a wider tube, and we will calculate the infant's 4 plus age by 4. This is the formula. Next question, which is a contraindication for nasotracheal intubation? Option A, cervical injury. Option B, clotting disorders. Option C, short neck. Option D, apnea. The answer will be option B, clotting disorders. Nasal trauma may cause uncontrolled bleeding. Next question, when ventilating a patient via AT tube, high peak airway pressure alarm suggests tube displacement. Option B, tube patency. Option C, cough leak. Option D, low secretion. Option A is the correct answer. Tube displacement may indicate kinking or obstruction. Next question, the Murphy's eye in an ET tube is designed to inflate the cuff. Option B, provide alternative airflow. Option C, lubricate the tube. Option D, measure CO2. Option B is the correct answer. Provide alternative airflow because it ensures gas flow if the tube is blocked. Next question, what is the recommended method to secure an ET tube? Option A, cotton tie loose. Option B, adhesive tape or commercial tube holder. Option C, no securing needed. Option D, inflating cuff extra tight. Option B is the correct answer. Adhesive tape or commercial tube holder prevents accidental displacement. Next, after intubation, which should the nurse documentation? Option A, tube size. Option B, cuff pressure. Option C, teeth mark. Option D, all of the above. Option D is the correct answer because proper documentation includes tube size, positioning, depth and securing. Next question, which condition may necessity immediate extubation. Option A laryngospasm, option B bradycardia, option C tube patency, option D normal breath sound. Option A is the correct answer, laryngospasm, because complete airway obstruction requires immediate action. Next question. What should the nurse do if they suspect tube blockage? Option A remove the tube immediately. Option B increase ventilator setting. Option C suction the tube. Option D deflate the cuff. Option C is the correct answer, suction the tube, because suctioning clears the secretion causing blockage. Next question. Which is the early sign of hypoxia in an intubated patient? Option A cyanosis, option B bradycardia, option C restlessness, option D absent breath sound. Option C is the correct answer, restlessness. Early sign of oxygen deprivation. Next question. Which action should be avoided during intubation? Option A pre-oxygenation, option B hyperextension of neck in cervical injury, option C using laryngoscope, option D checking tube placement. Option B is the correct answer, hyperextension of neck in cervical injury, because it can worsen the spinal injury. Next question. Which is an important step during extubation? Option A deflate cuff fully, option B hyperoxygenate, option C suction secretion, option D all of the above. The answer will be option D, all of the above, because these steps reduce complications. Next question. Which device helps to assess cuff pressure accurately? Option A thermometer, no, it will help for the temperature. Manometer, option C stethoscope, option D sphygmomanometer. The answer will be manometer, option B. Measure cuff pressure precisely. Next, what is the ideally insertion depth for an oral ET tube in an adult male? Option A 18 to 20 centimeter at teeth, option B 20 to 22 centimeter at teeth, 22 to 24 centimeter at teeth, option D 25 to 28 centimeter of the teeth. The answer will be option C, 22 to 24 centimeter at teeth. Standard average depth for man. Next question. Which part of ET tube helps identify it on X-ray? Option A Murphy's eye, option B radiopaque line, option C cuff, option D pilot balloon. Option B is the correct answer, radiopaque line. It makes tube visible on radiographs. Next question. Which medicine may be given to reduce laryngeal edema post extubation? Option A antibiotic, option B steroid, option C diuretic, option D antihistamine. The answer will be option B, steroid. Steroids reduce inflammation and edema. Thank you everyone.